Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Wherever you're listening, wherever you're tuning in from. I hope you're having a great Friday so far. I know I am. I've got my one of my favorite shirts on. Take it easy. That's how I feel. That's how I live. And we've got a good. I hope today's going to be a good challenge. A nice workout Wednesday for it. Workout Friday. But it's workout Wednesday, but also on a Friday. There you go. Anyway, we've got a great. It's going to be fun. I've seen a lot of chatter on Twitter about it. Again, if you're new to this, this is my chance to kind of walk through the most recent Workout Wednesday challenge, and We'll see what happens. So again, I have not seen this. I have not looked at any of the requirements or the data or anything. I have obviously seen a lot of the chatter on Twitter about it, but we'll take it from there and see how it goes. Uh-oh, we hear echo. That's not good. I wonder why. Well, let's go. All right. Is this view any better, Tim? Can you hear an echo now? Test, test, test. Hopefully not. I don't have any, turn off all my... Better. Excellent. Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. Appreciate you tuning in. You're definitely one of my regulars, so I greatly appreciate it. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. All right, so we're looking at sales funnel, right? So sales pipeline, and let's see. Let's go to the Tableau. Let's go to the actual dashboard. See how we're looking here. Okay, so actual bars here. Okay, let's see. All right, now dashboard, 2 sheets. The data provided contains 1 row for sales opportunity with its value and current stage. The stage number reflects the order of the stage 1 prospecting being the first. 5 or 6 is the last stage. For the purpose of this, you should assume any sales opportunity that is not closed will have passed through every preceding stage. Any sales opportunity at stage closed 1 will have passed through all the preceding 4. Closed lost will have passed through 4 but not 5. Okay. Creating KPIs. Create KPIs and percentages. Create a funnel chart. Try to ensure each bar can be selected as a single object. Okay. Okay, so that means it's not so that last line, right? Create a funnel chart for each bar that represents the percent amount that has passed through each of the stages of the pipeline. Try to ensure that each bar can be selected as a single object, meaning we can't do a diverging bar chart, right? We can't do diverging, right? Because that would mean that there would be 0 and then there's half on one side, half on the other. And what that would mean is there'd be 2 marks, right? So she says it needs to be a single bar. All right, interesting. All right, let's go figure it out. Let's go get the data. Download. Very good. Let's go back to number 5. There we go. So we can see that. All right, let's jump into Tableau here. Text file. Downloads. There we go. Okay. Sales opportunity ID, that, okay. So let's figure out what we're going to do here. All right. let's figure out these KPIs. All right, so the total value, well, we know that that's going to be that. So we'll do total value is the sum of value. %1, % loss, % outstanding. Okay, so if we look at our stages, so closed 1, and then we'll do every opportunity is a row. So if we were to do a % total, 139, okay. % lost. Interesting. What is the total value? Let's see here. All right, so I know how to get that. That's fine. Closed and 1. She's got 39. As the %1. And the % lost is 28. And I don't have those numbers. % outstanding. Is that what this is? Okay. Well, here, hold on, let's see. So, okay. So I wonder if it's, let's see if we can't just if we exclude closed lost, that gets even worse. Okay. So that's not it. It's going to be real bad if it's going to be a real long hour if I can't figure out these KPIs. Okay. For the purposes of this exercise, you should assume any sales opportunity that is not closed will have passed through every preceding stage. A sales opportunity at stage closed 1 will have passed through all preceding stages. Any sales opportunity at stage closed lost will have passed through stages 1, 4, but not 5. Makes sense. Create the total value of all sales opportunities. We did that. That's 91.4. We got that. The % value. Oh, okay. So it's a % of the value, it's okay. All right. So we have that. So then the % of value is if stage equals closed 1, then value, else 0, end, and we'll sum that up, and that is the value, and we'll call this value 1. Value 1. Okay. So now let's do measure names. None. Total value, value 1. All right. Measure names. Measure names. Measure values. Let's do sales So let's do value 1 divided by value, total value. And this is %1, right? Isn't that what they call it? Yeah, just 1, okay. And we'll do default properties, number format, percentages, 0 decimals. There we go. All right. Create another calculated field. This is value lost. And if stage equals closed lost, then value else 0 end. Sum that up. There we go. And then we'll do lost, which is value lost divided by total value. Very good. And we'll do default properties, number format, percentages, 0. Put that down there. There we go. Percent outstanding. If not contains stage closed, then value else 0 end. Sum that up. This is value outstanding. I'll say, yeah, outstanding. Outstanding, nope, outstanding. There we go. And then we'll just do, what's it say? Yep, outstanding, okay. And then we say outstanding, which is the value outstanding divided by the total value. Okay, so we'll do that. And value outstanding, number format, not color, nope. Number format, percentages, 0. Oh, wrong one. Control Z, don't want that. All right, here we go. Default properties, number format, percentages, 0. There we go. All right. Now we'll just take measure names. It's already on columns. I need that to stay there. I'll also drag it down here to that. I'll also take my total value and I'll do some formatting here. Number format, it's going to be currency. It's going to be what? 1 decimal place. Yep, 1 decimal place and millions. That looks good. And now we'll go ahead and we'll make this entire view, make this centered, go into here. Now again, I do this every single time. I talk about this every single time. You'll notice here, I have measure values on top in my marks card and then measure names. And then I come over and I edit my labels and I have measure names on top and measure values on bottom. I don't know why it does that. It seems like it just does it alphabetically, which is silly. Because in all other mark types, the order in which you display your, like for instance, a tree map, right? The order of your dimensions is very dependent on, you know, the ordering, right? The level of detail, right? But here, whenever you do label, it just sorts them alphabetically. So then you have to come in here and you have to take measure names and you have to bring it down here and then you have to delete that and then you have to add another line, and it's just a lot of extra work that I wish I didn't have to do. All right, so we'll bump this up to what, 15? Maybe a little bit more. How about 18? 18 looks good. And we'll bump this up to 10. We'll give this a medium font, make it stand out. Click apply. Looks good to me. We'll hide our header, format, borders, get rid of row dividers, make sure everything looks good. I like it. Probably don't need a tooltip on this sheet. Show tooltips, no. There we go. All right. Let's do, there we go. Okay, so we have our KPIs done. Now what we need to do is we need to figure out this piece here. So what are we going to do here? Okay. Okay, I think this is a Gantt chart. And I believe we'll have to see. Right? Because this says, so this, if you look, in the way that I'm doing this is I'm looking at the values in the tooltip and kind of eyeballing it to what I'm seeing, if that makes sense, right? So right here, if we can just imagine, all right, she's hidden the axis down here, but you can imagine just by looking at this value at current stage, right? So we have 6.11, right? So that's the, so it's starting over there. 6.55, that's right there. And it's a little bit more than 6.1. 7.1 is a little bit more than that. 10.1 is a little bit more than that. And then we have this starts at 35, right? So you can see how that's kind of doing. Now, for a Gantt chart to work, you have to have a mark, and then you have to also a mark to say where do you want to start your Gantt, and then you use the size card on the marks card to make your Gantt chart however wide you want. So you have to put a continuous measure on that. And I believe, right, so 91 million is the length of this bar. 85 is the length of this bar, which makes sense because we started later and it's shorter. So 85 is less than 91, so on and so on. So I believe that's how we're going to do this. Now, what we need to figure out, as she said, is that all opportunities in qualification have already passed through prospecting, right? So let's just see how far we get, and then once we get stuck, we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm gonna do stage. I'm gonna, let's see, closed one. I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna sort this how I want. So we have prospecting up top, qualification next, closed one at the bottom, negotiation review. So prospecting, qualifying, value prop, negotiation, closed one. Let's look at the value of each one. I put that there, but I'm going to actually make this a Gantt chart. Okay. So you can kind of see, right? It doesn't look quite right, but it's getting there, right? Like you can kind of start to see that you've got this kind of look to it, right? You can kind of see that. So now if we do size, let's see what that looks like. Okay. But it's not, yeah. So the value is, the value is the value, right? So what we need to actually do is like It needs to be like, yep, 35 and 35. Yep, that's good. But this negotiation review, this 10.1 needs to include all of that. Right? No, that's not right. 90. Some value plus lookup, some value -1. +1. Okay. Well, no, that's not. All right, let's look at this. So if we do stage, value, total value, and I want to do this stage. Stage number is actually a dimension. There you go. There we go. Okay. $65. Okay. Okay, because all, yeah. Okay, so that. So prospecting is actually 91. So if we do, okay, so the way that I'm kind of, so we need to basically take, let's look at the total value, right, which is at 91 million, which is, if you look here, you can see 91 million here, right? And then what we're going to do is we're basically going to check off. So what is, oh, hold on, let's just do it. 91.4 minus 6.55, 84.4. Darn it. Or how about minus 6.11? 85.25. Okay, there it is. So we figured it out. So what we need to do is we need to take, so let's just do that, right? So we're gonna do the sum. Well, this is total value. This is the all value, which is just total sum value. Drop that here. I get 91 on each row. That makes sense? Yes, that makes sense. Okay, now what we need to do is we basically need to take this value minus that and put that new one, put that new value, so that's going to be all value minus lookup sum value minus 1. Let's see what that looks like. $84.5. Yep. Oh wait. 85.29. Yep. Okay. 78. Minus. How about that? What does that look like? What does that do? Well, that looks okay. $71. Yeah. Okay. So I'm messing this up here. All right. But that's essentially what we need, right? We need to. Okay, so if stage number equals 1, then all value else sum min. I gotta aggregate this because everything else has been aggregated. Else sum of the value minus the previous total. How about running? How about a? Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea. We'll call this running value, which is just running sum of some value. Put that on top of that. Okay, so 85 minus 71. 85.29 minus 7.11 is 78. 7, nope. Okay. How are we doing this? Because then if we just, because that's not going to work. That's not what I want. Because what I want is, I want this to be 90. And I want this to be 91. So let's do that. Let's look at this. Oh yeah, we did that. That didn't work. All right, if min stage name, stage number equals 1, then all value, which is the total, else sum of the value minus, which would be that number, minus the returns the value of this calculation in the previous row, returns the given expression in the current row, returns the given expression if the current row is the first row. Let's see what that does. Nope. So we get that, but then so we get the all value, that's good, minus else sum of the value minus the running sum of some value. That's going the wrong way. So let's do this. That just turns it around. Else if max stage number equals 5, then some value. Okay. So, because we've got 91 there, 91.4, 91.4, 35.85, 35.85. All right, now we know that we want the next one to be else all value minus some value. Oh yeah, else if it's still else, but I need to move it down here. Is that it? No, because I'm missing a 71, right? Yeah. But I like the first one. 85.51? Nope. Because this 84.5 84.5 here, 85.29. Because we want this to be the lookup minus -1. 85.29, yes. But and it's not, right? Like because that's 8529. I like that. This is what? Is that what? So what's the difference between 7875 and 7875? 75 minus 8529. Oh, 8529 minus 6.54. Because we want this, we like this, we want this to be $85.29. We want this to actually be 6.54, right? So, and the reason that we were able to get there is because we did that minus that, right? But then we want, is it previous value? There it is. I think. Let's see. 78.75. 71.64. 35.85. Okay. We figured it out. Now, let's figure out how, let's reverse engineer it and let's talk about the logic and figure out why it works. Okay? So this is the way that I do Tableau, right? It's like, okay, especially when I've got something to work from, right? Always understand, this is where it's really understand. Even if, let's say you're in a production environment, you're working for a stakeholder, you're trying to build this view, right? It's best to know what numbers you're striving for, right? Give me as much information as you can. I'll figure out how to get there, and then I'll figure out how to make it reproducible, right? So, no one that does Tableau, I shouldn't say that. There are a lot of people, I'm not going to say no one, that just kind of knows every answer, right? Immediately, and they just know exactly how it's going to work. There probably are a few people out there, and that's great. Good for them. That's not the way that I work. I'm gonna find the right value. I'm gonna figure out how I did it, and then I'm gonna reverse engineer it and understand the logic if it makes sense. So, hopefully that makes sense to you. Here's what we're doing. So, if we look at this calculation again, is what we need to do. What we're saying is if the minimum stage equals 1, prospecting, then I want you to give me the total value of everything. Okay? Else if I also know that I want my closed 1, I want my value 5, I want it to be the value of that stage, right? So that's why I did else if max stage 5 then some value. But then what are we doing in between? And this is where previous value kind of is really weird, right? Because I've got, okay, I'm starting to figure it out, right? I'm putting the pieces together. Previous value is dependent upon whatever you put next, whatever else you put in that function, right? So in that equation, in that statement, right? The previous value, right? If you look at the thing, right, it's saying previous value returns the value of this calculation. What calculation? Well, whatever you put in there, right? So it says sum of profit plus previous value is a running sum of profit. Previous value equals 0 because it because it was referencing sum of profit. So if we look here, I'm doing a lookup sum value minus 1. So I'm taking the previous value, or I'm doing a lookup, not a previous value. I'm doing a lookup and a previous value, which can be kind of hard to get your head wrapped around. And that's okay. But what we need to, so that's what's happening for these middle steps here, right? And then I don't need this. I don't need the 6 because it's 0. So I'm actually going to hide this one, but because I do need them. Remember, I'm using table calculations, so I do need it in the view in order to calculate the 91, because if I exclude it, everything gets wonky, right? Everything gets weird because my total number is wrong. So I need to hide it. If I hide it, everything's good, right? So now one thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go and I'm going to set my table calculations to what I actually want them to be. Okay? On stage number and stage. On stage number and stage. On stage number and stage. The reason I'm doing that is because actually what I could do, let's do this. So we'll go here, we'll edit this, and we'll edit this. We'll edit the table, we'll edit the default table calculation, advanced, stage number, stage. And we'll do that for this one too. I don't even know what I'm going to call this yet, so I'm just going to leave it as that for a minute. Stage number stage. The reason I want to do that is because I have this value here. Oh yeah, I need stage number and detail. There we go. Okay. But now we need to offset this. So we have all the right values. You can see here that my my funnel is looking right except for my closed one. Why is that? I need it to move over. That is strange. Or do we start it at calculation 2? No, we don't. No, that doesn't make sense. No, that makes sense here. I like that, but I don't know why this is. Yeah, I like that. I like all this. I just want it. I want it to get in the right spot. No, that's not working. That's not what I wanted. That was weird. Why did I do that? Let's see. Well, now my values are different, and I don't like that either. Oh, because that's why. There we go. So I want to hide this one. Is that what we want? Yeah, that looks kind of good. Let's see what it looks on a dashboard, the size of the dashboard she wants. We may have just figured this out. 800 by 500. But that's like exactly centered. What is that? Okay, let's do a vertical container. 20 pixels of padding. I feel like I'm so close, and this is what's really frustrating, right? Like I'm so close. I can feel it. I can feel how close I am. I just don't know how to get it exactly to line up the way that I want it. Let's hide the that. Let's hide this. Let's hide that. Let's edit this to 100. Whoa. 100. There we go. This to entire view. I mean, that looks okay, right? Not really, because it's not really. It's like this is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And they have the equal, I mean, it's. Okay. Okay, what am I doing? I want to. How do they get it lined up all perfect? Grr. Okay. Okay. Stage number? Oh, position to plot. Okay, what? Ugh. One minus the proportion of total divided by 2. Oh. What? 1 minus the proportion to total. Is that just... Okay. that percent of total? There it is. Oh wait, no, not that one. She's doing a position to plot, proportion of total, which is okay. Okay, so yeah, stage, yeah. And so yeah, we'll put that there. We'll do this here. Centered. One minus proportion of total. Proportion of total is total amount per stage. Okay, yeah. So okay. All right. Well, okay. So let's just look at this. Show the header. Okay. So the middle of each one is one minus, right? Is that what she said? 1 minus the proportion of total. And the proportion of total is one minus some value divided by total sum value two. Yeah, that didn't work. Did she do a Gantt chart? Yeah, okay. What? I don't understand this. Okay. So let's figure that. I mean, let's get rid of this. This is our value. This is the cumulative value at the stage. Do I need this? Nope, don't. Okay. Okay. Total amount per stage, including that, is cumulative value per stage. Running some value. Did I make this too hard on me? Did I make this too hard on myself? It sure feels like it. But I got the values right. I got the values right. I feel like that was kind of the biggest part. All right, running value, total sum value. This is one. I don't know. All right, well, I don't want to take anybody, I mean, I'm not really I've hit a roadblock. But we learned a lot, right? We learned a lot about how to do all that. My values are right. That I know. I just got to figure out how to plot everything, which is going to take me more time than I'm willing to sit on here quietly. So we'll end it there. But appreciate you watching. Hopefully this made sense. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And yeah, nice challenge by Donna. And we'll go from there, right? We'll learn. We learned a little bit. We got to learn some more. That's what these workouts are for, right? So anyway, thanks so much. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week. Go forth and viz.